Tasmania on alert as fire conditions escalate. A rare triple treat.
The first team in the 18-team competition to go back to back to back.
Hawthorn savours the sweet taste of 3 in a row. More devils tasked with saving their species become roadkill, and an historic gem back on track.
This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening. Tasmania has been on high alert for most of the day as sweltering temperatures and strong winds fanned fires in rural and remote areas. 3 fires continuing to cause authorities concern tonight, burning out of control. Our reporter Caitlin Barry joins us from the Bureau of Meteorology in Hobart. Good evening, Caitlin. We've had a very hot start to October.
Well, Rachel, temperatures soared to around 30 degrees in parts of the south today. At one stage, there were more than 25 bushfires burning at one time around the state. But so far, no threat to communities. Let's take a look at how the day unfolded. Tasmania Fire Service springing into action as hot, dry and windy weather wreaked havoc across the state. What can we expect it to stick around for?
Well, we've got a bit of a cold front coming through with this low tonight, so we'll see things ease during the course of tomorrow. However, the warm air is still around and we will see things warm up again Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday in particular looks very similar to today.
Thanks for your time, Tim. Appreciate it. Well, Rachel, it seems like we've escaped seemingly unscathed, but it is a timely reminder about the dangers we could face this imminent summer.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for that, Caitlin. Caitlin Barry joining us there at the Bureau of Meteorology. And we'll, of course, have more weather coming up later in the bulletin with Laura Moore. Well, to the day's other big news, and conditions couldn't have been better, with Melbourne turning it on weather-wise for the huge crowd at the grand final at the MCG. And thousands of people at pubs and barbecues right across the city and suburbs.
They wore scarves but carried sunscreen as under bright blue skies they marched to the home of football.
And the gold and brown stood out around Tasmania today. Their AFL Grand Final bringing together the state's most passionate fans, rallying behind our adopted team.
Emotions running hot. But the beer pouring cold with footy fans gathering to watch the big game. Hawks and Eagles supporters standing side by side in an anxious wait to see who will be holding the 2015 Premiership Cup.
To the game, and Hawthorn has soared to victory over the West Coast Eagles, their 3rd premiership in as many years. The clash played out in the hottest conditions ever for an AFL Grand Final, and the Hawks fired up in front of the home crowd.
They say good things come in threes.
So Hawthorn have done it.
It doesn't get much better than this. Back to back to back premiers, a three-peat cementing Hawthorn's place as the most successful club in the modern era. Talking about rewriting the history books again next year.
It's awesome!
Yeah, shattered, but what do you do?
Very happy team at Hawthorn, and we'll return to our football coverage later in the bulletin with Rick Fontayn. Stay with us. Coming up tonight, details on a record breaker that will leave your mouth watering. Also, more chilling details emerge about the teen behind yesterday's New South Wales police station shooting. And rock and rods all revved up in Launceston. Welcome back. Longford's Rock and Rods Festival is back for another year as a collection of vintage cars cruised through Woolmer's estate. The car's just a taste of what's to come when the main event kicks off tomorrow at the Longford Showground. Well, Rick Fontayn joins us now with the weekend sport news. And Rick, what a performance from our Tassie Hawks at the MCG.
Yes, Rach, they certainly were mighty today, weren't they, as the Hawks make it 3 in a row. We'll have all the highlights, the reactions, as well as the celebrations very shortly as we head back to the MCG and into the Hawthorn rooms. Good evening, everyone. Well, the Hawks' skills were as hot as Melbourne's weather as they dismantled the Eagles in front of more than 98,000 fans. Cyril Rioli won the Norm Smith medal 33 years after his uncle Morris and 22 years after his other uncle, Michael Long.
After a stirring address from their coach and captain, the battle-hardened Hawks got to work.
The journey begins.
But Hawthorn's intimidation tactics backfired, giving West Coast the first goal of the game.
What a start for the Eagles.
Two magical majors from Rioli helped the Hawks settle.
Rioli puts it through.
As they became the first Hawks side to claim a hat-trick, cruising to a 46-point victory.
So Hawthorn have done it. The first team in the 18-team competition to go back to back to back. They're three-peaters. They are remarkable.
As Cyril Rioli joined his uncles, winning the Norm Smith medal for his 2-goal, 18-possession best on-ground performance, dedicating the medal to his close friend who died in June.
To my wife and family sitting up in the stands, thank you. And Brocky, this one's for you.
Captain Luke Hodge, a champion and a gentleman.
Congratulations on the 3-peat.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much. Well done.
And four-time premiership winning coach Alistair Clarkson has just sat down for his post-match press conference.
I must admit there was a moment there in the third quarter I thought that we started to really get some momentum, but they make you pay. You know, I think we missed an opportunity. I'd kick the point or drop mark and then straight up the other end, and that's what great teams do.
Worked really, really hard as a club, particularly after our qualifying final loss, to give ourselves a chance back on our home deck at the MCG, and we thought if we could get it back to this ground, then this is where we feel we'll play our best footy.
A great result for Tassie there, Rach. Now, speaking of Tassie, the Hawks will be down here on Wednesday. They'll be celebrating with all their fans around the state, so it'll be fantastic. Get out and see them.
It's great. They'll be in Lonnie, Hobart and Devonport,
That's
so
right.
Wonderful for the state.
It'll be an awesome day.
Thank you for that, Rick. Well, tomorrow's weather forecast is coming up next with Laura Moore.
Good evening. Warm but gusty weather across the state. Hobart 29 degrees, Launceston 24, Burnie 18 and Devonport 17 degrees. 30 degrees the state's top at Hobart Airport. Temperatures up to 13 degrees above the average in the southeast, 1 to 5 degrees for the north. Campania 29 today, Fingal 28, Grove and Ouse 27, Cressy 25, Sheffield and Medina 24, Lyowini 21, while Bridport reached 20 degrees. Hobart tomorrow, cooler 20 degrees, still a sunny day. Richmond and Ouse 22. A sunny 23 in Launceston, 19 in Devonport, Deloraine 21 rather. A sunny 19 for Burnie, a possible shower for Strawn, and a mostly sunny day for Curry, 15 degrees there. To the east, winds easing for St Helens 20, Swansea a sunny 20 and 18 on the way for Whitemark. As we look to the 3-day forecast, Monday fine and Sunday, but gusty winds in the afternoon. Fine again on Tuesday until showers develop about the west and the far south. And showers again on Wednesday about the west, south and Bass Strait Islands with snow possible to 800 metres. As we look further afield, Perth 23 and partly cloudy. A 31-degree day on the way for Adelaide. A shower for Cairns with a fine weather for the remainder. And right now it's still warm in Hobart, 25 degrees but windy. Launceston 17, Devonport fine and 14. And don't forget the trade-off tonight, Rach, we lose 1 hour as daylight saving kicks in. We get lots more sunshine.
Yeah, I can't wait. It sounds good. Thank you for that, Laura. Well, just as Laura said, at 2 a.m, clocks will roll forward 1 hour in Tasmania, Victoria and New South Wales. So don't forget to spring forward before you go to bed rather, and also check the batteries in your smoke alarms. Well, that's your news for this Saturday, October the 3rd, 2015. I'm Rachel Williams on behalf of the entire team. Have a good night.